All right, we might as well start. There we go. I hope everyone's having a good day or good evening. I might move that just a little like that. Cool. Just doing a little quick stretch. Oops, wrong screen. All right, today we're going to tackle potentially two different tickets. So essentially, we're going to look at the Kanban board. So in NearBeach's Kanban board, currently you can move stuff around and so forth like that. And I've noticed two little tiny bits of two areas which I can improve. One of the bits of area to improve is if someone drags a actually let me start from the start. At the moment, you can create a new card in a column which might be, a completed column or something like that, which doesn't make any sense because why would you create a card directly into completed? Another bit of information. So this idea was given to me from someone else. So what if you dragged a card into a blocked column? You kind of want a little dialogue to pop up and be like, why is this card blocked? So that way the person could easily add that in as an optional sort of thing. It's just nice to drag a card into there and have that pop up. All right, so what we're going to do is I've had a little bit of think about this and we can do this. Let's go to the data. Now I've done something naughty. I've done an update for one piece of my software literally 2 minutes before starting to stream. I should not be doing that. Considering how easy it is for me to actually lose that information. Okay, so if we have a look at, so this is the new structure of the models. Notice how we've got NearBeach at the front, which is what we kind of want nowadays. It separates it from the Django stuff and the auth stuff. And also if I have other apps to build off this, they will have their own sort of section and so forth like that. However, that being said, if there's other apps that rely on NearBeach, they'll still use the NearBeach tables. Okay. I am looking for Kanban columns. So we're just viewing data. There's not much data in here at the moment. As you see, we've just got a bunch of just columns. This is just for one Kanban board. We've got it all in lists, all that kind of fun stuff. So we've got backlog and all that kind of stuff, but we've got to know what these statuses are. So we've kind of got to look into this and be like, all right, what are these statuses? What is this? And so forth like that. And then from there, kind of pass that information down onto the front end sort of stuff and get the front end to actually, use that data to figure out what it wants to do. So there's a couple of ways we could do this. So one is we can create a new table and then just have a foreign key into here. However, that being said, I don't foresee this changing that much. So currently I foresee myself having a, let's say the backlog blocked, backlog in progress, review and QA would be the normal level of column status. Or column, I've got to figure a good name out, but we'll figure it out in a minute. A good name of the column properties. We'll figure something out. Whereas something blocked, that would have a property of blocked. Something like completed would have a property of completed. So we've just got to figure this one out. And then from there, we've got to program it all in. So when someone does the CRUD at all stages, that information can be done. And hey, Greg Moss, the FOSS boss, how are you? So, I've just got to figure out the best sort of naming convention for this also. So I'm trying to think. Could have column status. That kind of makes sense. But so does attribute. So I'm just going to write these down. I just need to figure out what I want to call this. So I write down status, attribute, probably not attribute. I'm eating breakfast. Oh, nice. I just had dinner about half an hour ago. So, yes. Is it 7:30 a.m. there or a bit earlier later? Because it just hit 7:30 p.m. here. All right, column property. Another. Oh, 10:30. Oh, okay. Yep. Fair enough. It's late breakfast. Not that I can complain. I've had plenty of late breakfasts before. Another word for attribute. I'm just... Sorry, this is one of those things I want to get this right. And I can look at my code to see what I've named other things before. So I can go to the models.py. And I can scroll up to the enum section. Kanban board status choice. I slept for almost 12 hours. Wow. Shoveled snow all day yesterday. Oh, fair enough. Muscles are in pain, yes. Yep. I once did a 90 kilometer bike ride in a day and I couldn't climb stairs. So, yes. Understand the muscle pain a little. Permission booleans. Project status choice. No. Essentially, this would be Kanban column. Kanban column property. All right. Defines if. Sorry, I'm just writing this down. Is. Oh, my handwriting's terrible at the moment. Normal. Locked. And closed. Okay, those are the only statuses I can think of at the moment which can be applied to the cards in a column. It snowed yesterday and snow was every day. I opened the window this morning and it was sunny and dry as if nothing happened. Yes, the weather is very fickle at the moment. It's meant to be summer here in Melbourne. Does not feel like it. I may be wearing a t-shirt and shorts, but I've also was wearing a dressing gown today. 23, I mean 23 is okay for tomorrow. 18, that's getting on the cold side of things. So yeah. C to F, for those who don't know what 18 Celsius is like, 18 is about 64. Gotta log in. Okay. So with this, what I'm going to actually do is I'll do this in an enum instead of doing it as a database table, because really I'm not going to get anyone else to edit the table. It'll be best to have it very similar to how the project status is done, and so forth like that. So we've still got this information here. It's just not, in the system. So, not in a database structure. Which makes sense because no one really needs to edit this information. So yeah, it'll be something like this. Something easy and simple. So let's Kanban board. So this will be Kanban card. So we're dealing with the cards. Kanban card, and then we're property. And then we have 3 of these. So we'll have normal. We'll have blocked, and we'll have closed. All right. Kanban card. There we go. Oh, we want Kanban column. Why isn't it? There we go. Don't know what went wrong then. So in here, we've got the column name, we've got the sort number. I'm going to put it right here, Kanban property. And I realize I've written Kanban card property. Should be column. No, I've pressed the wrong button. I wanted to press I. All right, so this will equal, I've already forgotten how I did it for the other ones. So if we actually have a look at the Kanban board status, let's just bang that in. So we've got it set up like this. So it's a car field with max length 10. So I'm just gonna yank this. And then I'm gonna go down here, I'm gonna paste it in. I'm gonna edit most of this. Like so. All right, cool. So we've got a Kanban property with models car field. We've got a 10, just 3, 6, 3, 7, 6. All right, so that's enough in there. And then this will be Kanban column property, and default is just going to be normal. All right, done. So every single column will be normal, apart from the ones we specify. So when we create a new Kanban board, we'll have to tell the system, hey, the block's going to be blocked, the closed is going to be closed, or the complete is going to be closed. And then that should work. Sorry, my shoulder's a bit wonky today. Okay. Now let's actually build this. So I'm sorry if you can't see this very small text, I do apologize. So what I'm typing is Python 3 manage.py make migrations. So that will create a migration file. And then migrate. Now, please note these migration files are going to be compressed into one. There is a breaking change between the 0.29 and 0.30, in which case I've absolutely changed a lot of my my model and migrations. So essentially, I'm just going to start with it'll be two migration files. One will actually be to set up the database in its initial sense, and the second will be to add in the initial values. So for example, we've got tables in there that, for example, contain titles. We've just got the default titles in there at the moment, and then if you're using this as an organization, you might want to put in extra titles, which you can. So, yeah. So that's just created the migration file. Let's have a quick gander. So that's just added field, the Kanban columns, Kanban property, and so forth like that. There's our choices. Default is normal, so it'll always hit this one. Yeah, pretty happy with that. All right. So let's actually get this running out. Let's see what data's pulled out into the front end. Now, whilst that's doing that, I am also going to run the npm run watch to compile any code which we're going to be using. This takes about 45 seconds sometimes. All right, cool. That's told me it's done. Let's switch over here. Let's go localhost. Oops, sorry, I had a debug on. All right, let's see if we've got a Kanban board up. Testing board, we do. Great, and we've broken something already. No such column, NearBeach. Oh. So I'm going to stop the debug. I'm just writing Python 3 manage migrate. I thought I did that before, but I didn't. That is my bad. I should run the migration command so that all the changes get put in the database. So that's why we've got this error. Now that I've done that, the error disappears. Now we can start looking at the view component. So the view is the front end sort of stuff we are using. So I am going to have a look at the Kanban information. As you can see, we've got column results. So if we open up these, you'll notice that this one is, sorry about the very small text. I can't zoom in. Sorry, can't zoom in. So this is completed. We've got the Kanban property normal, but in reality, we're going to be putting that as closed. So what will actually happen is if someone hovers over it, we'll hopefully won't have these appear. We'll still have the archived cards appear, just not these. So first things first, I can't access I can do it here. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know how to refresh this. Refresh. So just now. So these are refreshed. So let's go completed. Let's, this should be done by the system itself, but we know what the values are going to be. And then blocked is going to be blocked. So we know, hopefully, once we get the new creation of this Kanban board, that will all be automated. Okay, let's just hit refresh. Okay, so Kanban card information, once again, column results. The last one, under the field, Kanban property. Did I not save? Oh, apply. All right, sorry about that. All right, closed. Sweet. So now let's have a look under this particular thing. So if we actually navigate here, so we've got Kanban column draggable. So we've got two Kanban columns. We've got one that's just Kanban column and one that's Kanban column draggable. So the one that is just normal Kanban doesn't actually have any of these buttons, and it doesn't have the draggable functionality in it. All of that has been ripped out. It's just plain old, just renders the cards. So we don't have to worry about that one. We just got to worry about the Kanban column draggable. So we'll go over here. All right, we're going to minimize this. We're going to click on our nodes module. We need to go to Kanban column draggable. So here we are, the draggable sort of stuff. If we scroll up to the template, there is a lot of code in this one. A lot of that code has to deal with the draggable sort of situations and managing the data. If you see here, these are new card and linked object, which we can actually do a VF on these. So VF, and then if we actually have a look at how the data's structured, so we're on here, column, level, ID, new card. We're just double checking, do we have this information? We don't have this information here. So I'm gonna undo this. I'm gonna scroll down. I'm wanting to look at the one above it, which is the Kanban row. So I'm gonna close the models. So Kanban row. I'm gonna put this here. So we're after this one. So we're sending information down. So we've got column. All right, cool. So we can actually access that information and send it down. And then down here, what we want is column property. All right, this is just going to be a type of a string. Default is going to be normal. That's all we really need down here. And then VF simple. Do we call it column property? Column property does not equal. And then we got to go closed. We're just copying that one line, pasting it down there, presto. So that will happen with new card linked object, but not archived cards, because even if the cards are in that column, you kind of want to archive them. So sorry again, I need to do more stretches. My shoulder's killing me. Now we need to feed down that information. So in here, what we can actually do is just bang in a new line, vbind column property equals, and then column dot fields dot, and then it's Kanban. We'll just double check what the data says. So fields, Kanban property. Should really be Kanban column property, not Kanban property. I've mucked up on that models, haven't I? Models. Yeah. That is my bad, that is my mistake. So what I'll do is I'll just stop this, but this is fine. I'm gonna truncate all the migration files at a later date. So what I want, Python 3, manage, make migrations. Yes, that was renamed. And then I'm going to migrate. All is well. I'm going to run the debug again. I am going to make sure. Hey Ash, sorry, my father's cat's just bumping me at the moment. So we are going to clean up this little Kanban column property. I'm going to double check this over here by doing a quick refresh. Kanban column property. Okay, cool. I want to be as verbose as possible with my naming conventions. Just it helps helps later on when you're like, oh, what is this? What is that? If you're able to guess what the field is and get it right, then that's a really well-named field. So yeah, the one trick to doing that is to be consistent. Sorry, just solving a cube. So that should be right. That should be right. Oh, sorry, I've hit the wrong save button. All right. So if we hit refresh, yeah, look at that. Doesn't appear for those, but will appear for those. All right, that is too simple. Way too simple. All right. Notes. So I'm going to make a little note in here. What we did, we have added in the field Kanban column property on the table Kanban column. It's not technically named that anymore. We have it as like that. All right, but then done. All right. From here, we use the enum with the values, normal, blocked, closed. From here, what we can do is exclude buttons from rendering if the column has certain properties. All right, cool. Add note. Did I just move that over? Alright. Oh yeah, I did just move over to review and QA. Alright, cool. We've got a similar card here where if a column's blocked, we'll need to sort of be like, hey, why is this blocked? So what we can do is we've got to figure out how we can do this. So the idea is when triggering the modal is pretty easy to do. So triggering it, so if we go through the logic here, when you drag one of these on end, it'll end up using the function on end. So we scroll down here, we're like, all right, cool, on end, yep, cool. Goes through, updates the sort order, finds card to change, all that kind of fun stuff. It then commits cards to change it. Then, yeah, it does all that information and then sends it upstream. All's good and dandy. But we don't know what card it is. But we do know by grabbing this information out of here. So we've got card ID. So what we can actually do is push that card ID up into state management, being like, this is the card of focus. Do that before the modal actually appears, and then make the modal appear. And if the user sends any information, it grabs the information from the state management, the Vuex, and says, this is the card we want to modify. And then it just sends a note. And we can hijack something we've already used. So you've just seen me write in a note and stuff like that in here. We can hijack this exact functionality because this is the exact functionality that we're actually using. We're using just this little tiny section here for this modal. And just be like, all right, cool. We've noticed that you blocked something. What has been blocked? Bang. So it shouldn't be too hard to actually implement. So I'm just trying to think what else we could potentially do. Did we want to utilize most of this? Could we trigger it to open up in here and click on the notes? I mean, you can. It's lazy, but very plausible to actually do that. So in JavaScript, what we could actually potentially do when someone moves something, it can trigger this little thing here. Let's say you're on this page and then click on this and then you're in here. But we want a smaller modal. We want something direct. We don't want notes. We want to say, why is this blocked? Please write why this is blocked in here. That way, yeah, okay, cool. So, sorry, this is just me figuring stuff out, how I want to actually make it work and stuff like that. So what we want to do is when someone moves this into blocked, we don't want this appearing because we want to be very specific, very verbose, being like, hey, this is popping up because you moved something into blocked. So we'll have our own modal to be like, okay, blocked card, why is this card blocked? Please note why this is blocked, and so forth like that. But still have it as an optional sort of thing. You'll still have the close, you'll still have the, it'll be add blocked note. So yeah. And then I shouldn't flag notes as blocked notes or not. Nah. All right. Okay, I'm just writing this information down. So new modal. We'll call it blocked notes modal. And then, yeah, we can easily trigger it from here. So what we want to actually do is then we don't need to worry about the response whatsoever. No data, we don't need it. All right. Send the, update the card ID focus in the state management. All right, cool. So we'll have a look at the state management in a second. Open the blocked card modal. And that's it. We don't need to close any modals. We don't need to do anything else. Yep. All right, sweet. Vuex, I need that under here. Vuex store. I do need to split up the Vuex store into its smaller components. That will eventually happen, where we can still access this information, all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So this is archive cards. This card. So we've got card ID in here. We're just seeing if there's update card. we have update value. Which could work, because I don't have all of these details in here. Append note. Append note we won't need. Yeah, just trying to think. Essentially, we want the same functionality. So every single time you go in here and let's say you double click or click on that, it actually updates the state management. So if we go to the state management card, we've got let's make another card somewhere else. New card. Secondary card flag. Alright. So this is all on card 1 and stuff like that. If I double click this, all of a sudden it changes. So I need to get that information. Whoop, I didn't want that. Trying to remember what functionality it does that on, and the best thing is we can actually figure that out. So in here, what we do, we scroll all the way up. On double click card. All right, cool. Done. So this send data upstream. All right, so it does a couple of things. Let card link. All right, that's dealing with the fact that they're links. And this is dealing with this. We could just hijack this whole entire functionality. Except it shows the information. Which is not what we want. All right. Wait, all right. Let's get this double clicked. Double click card. All right, cool. It just pulls out that information. We don't need that full thing. All right, let me just double check one thing. I'm determining if I can just change one field or if I need to change them all. If I need to change one field, this is easy. We've got the ID, we just bang it in there. We're like, this is the ID. Forget about everything else. The only problem is, let's say you move this into a block, that pops up, and you're like, all right, cool, you do your thing, you close it, and stuff like that. That will work perfectly fine. It's what happens if I double click. Now, it looks like it does re-get that information. every single time I double click. Cool. So that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Sorry, I'm just... So I might get away with just updating the card ID, which will be good. And we've got a functionality to do that. So we just need to find that method we were just editing just before. All right, cool. Update the card. All right. Store.commit. Hang on a minute. We're updating it already. We might not need to do that. All right. One way to test this. Okay, so if we move our second one, everything gets updated. No, it doesn't. All right. Or if we double click, everything gets updated. All right. I don't know if we move this one. Yeah, no. Yeah, sweetie. So we do need that information to send it upstream. And that's fine. Okay. So this $store.commit. All right, cool. So we want type. I've already forgotten what it is. And then let's have a look. So we've got our mutators. We've got update value. Okay, so that will be our type. We've then got a payload. We've got a field and a value. Update value. Then we've got a field, which will be card ID. And we've got a value, which will be card ID. We're actually declaring that up here. There it is. And in theory, that should update just the ID, which is just what we need. We don't need to update any of the other data. In reality, what we could do, we could send up a bunch of blank data. But yeah, at the moment, I think just modifying that one field should be fine. Okay. So if we move this secondary card over here, all right, it's in camel case. Easy mistake to make. Okay, card 0, ID up there, so this should now be 1. If we move this one, it should be 2. If we double click on that, okay, cool. I've noticed that this comes out as a string, so we want to actually do pass int. Like so. Being consistent with our data structure. All right, I'm happy with that. So that will send that information up, and then what we need to do is open up the modal. So const be called blocked card modal equals new modal. And then we've got, I keep forgetting if we need the hashtag for this. So I'm just double checking. New modal. Yeah, we do. And then blocked card modal dot show. Done. All right, cool. So in theory, this should all kind of work. We haven't got the modal up yet, but that's perfectly fine. We're going to create that right now. And we're going to essentially copy something that we've already done. Yeah, we're going to copy something. Now, that's a module. We don't want a module, we want a modal. Copy, paste, rename. This is blocked notes modal. All right. Alright, just full screen one, yep, cool, modal content, yep. We won't want an icon. Blocked card notes. Go. All right. Blocked notes. I should really card notes. Please write a reason why this particular card is blocked at the moment. We'll change this in a minute. But actually anything in the, actually we want that. Hello world. We won't need much stuff. In here, card description. I won't need card description, won't need most of this. We won't need the notes history or anything like that at the moment. We will need to add in buttons. Add in buttons. But at the moment, we can exit this and stuff like that. Usually that would be in the, ooh, will it be in the footer? Yeah, oh, yeah. But I'll need to add in more buttons here. So H2, add more buttons. What's the matter, sweetie? All right. Axios we will need, we won't need this. We'll need tiny mouse. We won't need this, we won't need this, we won't need this. Map getters, we definitely need map getters. We'll, don't need the icon mix in. This is now changed. This will be the whole lot notes modal. All right, sweet. Components, we won't need this, we won't need this, we definitely need this. Icon, we won't need. List notes, we won't need. Props. I don't see us needing any of the props at the moment. You okay there, sweetie? Oh, really? All right, I am going to be right back. I think the cat just wants me to let her out. All right, come on. All right, I'm back. Okay. Cool. Anyway, I'm back. Cat was just, being a cat. She doesn't want to go outside. She just wants more food, and she's already been fed twice today. All right, mix-ins. We won't need mix-ins at all. Data. We're getting that from the view. We'll need the. All right. We'll need a note modal. Simple as that. Computed map getters. All right. Do we need static URL? No. But we do need the card ID. So card ID. Get card ID. Okay. Definitely need the root ID. The root URL. I don't believe we need any of this watch stuff for this particular thing. Oh, hang on. There's a bug fix in here. This card information description is null. No description. Oh, well, alright, no. Don't need that. Methods, add note, we'll be modifying this. Get card notes, we won't need that whatsoever. Update card. No, we won't need that. So the add note we'll need, but we'll need to actually modify this quite a bit. Okay, sorry, my phone was just going off. All right. So we've cut down quite a lot in here, which is great. This is going to be one simple component that does one simple thing. We can hijack the endpoint API sort of stuff, but that is good. All right, let's get it rendering. So, first things first, let's go to our Kanban information where all our modals are kept and are rendered in, because you only render them once. So this is our modal. So let's blocked notes modal. Okay. It's that simple. We're not using anything else. In here, import blocked notes modal. Yeah, we did call it that. Cool. All right. Fingers crossed this all works. It should have compiled by now. So we need to move one out and then move it back in. All right, that didn't trigger. Oh, all right, we've got a problem. Can't access property class list. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to go to Kanban information. We are going to delete that off purposely. I'm going to find out when this error occurs. I'm going to replicate what I did. All right. It's under the draggable. I don't see a call for it. Can't access property class list. This. You know, I'm saying it's in bootstrap.esm. All right, it's not too much of an issue. So, sorry. This one, let's scroll down to what we've changed. So, modal. Okay. Alright, that's probably not the best word to... Alright, on end. It goes down here, and this is what we get it to do. So, see if I've broken it. Okay, waiting for it to do its thing, console log. All right, cool. So when we move something over here, and when we move it back, we no longer get those errors. So what we want to do, this might be because I'm only changing one field when doing this, but it's not popping up with an error. All right, so it must be this modal. Okay, not a problem. Let's go back to the Kanban information. So this is blocked notes modal. And we have no props coming through. I'm going to render this. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into the inspect tool and we're looking for a blocked notes modal. So it's actually there. All right. And I'm going to double check is new modal. Only going to look at one of these. So we do something like that. All right. And I'm just going to const blocked notes equals new modal like so. So we're not going to do anything with it just yet. Just testing to make sure there are no errors. All right, cool. Blocked notes dot show. Perfect. But it shouldn't be happening all the time. So if this dot column property does not equal to our blocked, nothing needed if column is not blocked, return. Cool. So it only does it when we are bumping into the block column. My dad's cat is going crazy. You're really enjoying my green screen, aren't you? All right. So moving stuff into here. Moving stuff away. Oh, it's the shoot. And hey, Owen, how are you? All right. So this gets just a little bit more complicated. The problem is, and we can replicate it. So if we go over here and then move the card back here, nothing happens. But if we move it in here, we're expecting something to happen. But when we move it out, that original column, which is where everything happens, has the word blocked in it. So we now need to figure out its destination columns properties. You're good. Thanks, finished all my projects. Yay! That's great news to hear. Congratulations. All right. So we'll add in a note. We need to look at the destinations column properties. So this does not work at the moment. So problem is, I don't know if I can. Destination. So it should be event. All right. Just checking to see if I passed them all for my diploma. Ah, fair enough. Yeah. Well, hopefully you do. Event is not defined. Bullshit. Event's right there, you. Ah, there's no dollars. No, that's why. My bad. All right, cool. So closing this. Bang, set as a global variable. Let's go exploring. Temp 0.2. Oh, all right. All right. So instead of actually going through all the source code, all the data and stuff like that, and figuring out the 2-column and getting the property data from there and doing all that hectic stuff, what we can actually do is we can put a data attribute against this particular element. We have that information. We've already grabbing that information, and what we can actually do is we can store that information further up and then deal with that data further down the track. The reason why I'm saying further up is because if we have a look, grabbing the data up here that we require. So if we have a little thing up here being like, all right, oh, here's the new card column and stuff like that, and we're literally grabbing them from those particular elements, what we could do is we can put it in there and we will make that assumption here because that's what we're doing. Did you see my last project? I want to test it. I think is it the one you sent in Discord? Now, basically, job hunting and playing games. Yep, job hunting's hard. Tailor your resume and cover letter for every single case. You might need to do the situation, result, action, task, task, star, and then result. I mucked that up. So have a look at star, situation, task, action, result of sort of writing up resume and stuff like that. Oh, sorry, interview questions and so forth like that. Essentially, they ask you a question, you'll be like working in a team or something like that. Use the situation, I have to do this for my study. This is the task we have to do. This is the actions we did, and results and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that will help you in interviews quite a lot. And also, don't forget in interviews, it's okay to say, I don't know, but always follow it up with a, this is what I would do to rectify this. Yeah, the graphics store. Yeah, no, it looks good. It's rather neat. Yeah. All right, going back to this, we're going to put in data attributes into this. Yeah, hopefully that will help. Interviewing takes a lot of practice. I sadly didn't get much of that practice until I left the university job I was working at. So, yeah. All right, so going through with this. Okay, so I need to actually on, which shouldn't be too hard. They are done. Where are they done? Oh, this is at the column. Draggle. Div class, list item groups. Key equals this. Let me find data sort number. Ah, here it is. And then vbind data column. At least I know how the Django framework works out. Yeah, which is good. You'll also notice that a lot of that information you can use in other frameworks like Laravel. So I jumped from Django into Laravel very quickly because I understand the core concepts of Django and was like, all right, cool. Laravel's just doing it. Whoop. Laravel is just doing it this way, but here's your model, here's your view, here's your controller. And you'll be like, all right, cool. All right, so in here we want element. I'm going to get rid of these. Because okay, element dot fields dot can then column property. All right, I'm happy with that. So I'm just cleaning up a bit of code at the same time. Cool. So I can store the property value up here. I can then retrieve that value. So if I find on end again, Jesus, this is a very big file. Just because there's so much to do. All right. Sorry, I've been meaning to clean this up for a while. A lot of people have pointed out that, yeah, probably not the best way to do stuff anymore. Like, all right, I understand now. All right, new card column. So what I'll do is new card column property. Actually, I'm just gonna card column property. New element dot data set dot column property. Just gonna double check that I've done that correctly up here. Column property. Yep. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm actually learning Laravel and side down. Oh, that's good. Now, or when I was learning Django, but the only thing that catches me off is PHP. PHP. Luckily for me, because I learned C back, goddamn, like, oh god, I don't want to calculate it anymore. It's over 15 years now. So long ago that a lot of that knowledge actually transferred into PHP. You'll notice that quite a lot of the syntax is similar to like C or JavaScript. It just has a lot of dollar symbols. I wouldn't be too scared of PHP. Yeah, especially when you're using a framework and stuff like that. So, yeah. God, I don't want to think about when I learned C. I was a lot younger and a lot skinnier. Let's just say that. All right, so we've got this data here. Yeah. And then you'll realize after a while you might want to pick up another framework. Like, for example, I picked up .NET for my current job. So nowadays I can sit down in .NET and do stuff. I learned the Umbraco CMS. So essentially, a lot of the times at work, I am self-sufficient. That I just be like, here's a problem. I'm like, great, I'll use this particular thing and done. So a lot of that's all cleaned up. All right, I'm just gonna, sorry. I've noticed this. This is something which I should have needed up a long time ago. All right, cool. Axios. So I'm just gonna paste in the wrong thing. I'm just gonna paste in the column property in here. I'm just gonna be like, gonna write it if column property does not equal locked, no need to, nothing needs to be done if not blocked. Turn, cool. Also might do game stream to celebrate if I pass the last project. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, do it. If you pass, do it, celebrate. I was just extremely relieved. I was with friends when I got my results. We all got our results all at once because, well, we were all at uni, so uni friends and stuff like that. I was just absolutely relieved when I passed. I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm done with studying. Nothing against studying. I did enjoy it. It's just, it was grueling for me after a while because I ended up having a part-time job and had to scale down my study to part-time, which is not that bad for every undefined. Ooh, all right, let's have a look at this, which is, is not all that bad. It's just, for me, it just extended my tenure. If we were to, not tenure, but it just extended my stay. So data column, data level. Did that not? Or am I just... I did this on the wrong one, didn't I? Yeah. You'll find, I like to say Django is an automatic car, Laravel is a manual one. You'll find when you jump into Laravel that you will be writing the PHP that does the data migrations and stuff like that. Whereas with Django, you write the structure and Django will write the migrations. But it is a very extremely great sort of skill to have to actually write the migrations and stuff like that, because you will need it in any sort of application whatsoever. So for example, you want people to have their original data source when they upgrade and you're adding on more features, more tables and stuff like that. You want that to be a seamless process. This coming from me, who has purposely gone, you know what, screw it, I've screwed up my models file whatsoever. I'm creating a breaking change. We're actually working in branch 0.3, right, 0.30 right now. Yeah, sometimes that happens. But then again, what I will be doing is I'll be writing a script that will essentially get your data and transfer it into the new tables. So hopefully you can use the same database. But yeah, I'm figuring all that out at the moment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in here. Data column, yeah, let's... Oh, I have it in the wrong spot. It's meant to be up here. All right, cool. Not on the template. It's meant to happen on the draggable. All right, we'll let that compile. We'll refresh this. I've broken something. This is going to be column property. It's going to be so much simpler now. Cool. Whoa, all right. Property column property was accessed during render but not defined on instance. I thought I passed it down here. So let's look at Kanban row. Column property is passed down. Fick off. Column property. You know what I've done. Wrong casing. It's 9 o'clock here. All right. Let's double check all this. So we've got Kanban cell 1-1. List group Kanban cell level 1. Data column is 1. Data column property is normal. This is what we want. Sweet. Cool. Same. 10 a.m. here. Fair enough. Oh wait, you're 12 hours. No, not 12 hours. Yeah, you're 13? It's 9 here. I have 10 there. I take out, no, 11. 11 hours behind. I eventually figured it out. Okay, cool. So if I move this card over here, console, destination is still undefined. All right, not a problem. This is why we're testing at the same time. All right. So what I'm going to do, console log new element, new elm. All right, bang, simple. We're going to figure out what this is going to be properly, and it could be because this is meant to be in camel case. All right. Wait a couple of seconds, hit refresh, roll that over here. All right, cool. It needs to be just in camel case. Done. Blocked will pop up. All right, sweet. All right. So I want to do that. All right. Scrolling down here. Let's clean up my code. Let's get rid of this. If column property does not equal blocked, it will just piss off because we don't need it to do anything. So, bang. Just all right. You're not blocked. You don't need to worry about any of this. Update the card ID to focus on the state in the state management, so that will tell the modal, sorry, which card ID we're focusing on. So when it sends that information to the back end, it sends it to the right card. We don't want it to send it to the other one, and then it just opens up that modal. So all of this should be working. We're happy with it. Let's just put this over here. All right, I'm happy. Have you seen the new Hogworks? I've seen it. I probably won't play it. The only reason why I won't play it is I've got such a backlog. It's not funny at the moment. I'm still going well. I'm loving it still. I've got Diablo 2 with a friend. I've got COD with a friend. I've got Death Stranding because I want to just play it again. So yeah, it might be one of those things where I buy it cheap in the future. So I'm at that point in life where I'm like, I've got enough games at the moment that I could do the cheap thing where I wait a few years before playing the game because they'll be really super cheap. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. You got 72 hours of pre-game play when it comes out. Oh, nice. I got the deluxe edition. Ooh, nice. If you got a lot of hours, Persona 5. I'm not joking, I'm over 90 hours into Persona 5 and I've just passed halfway. Oh, my Switch is getting used, that poor thing. Actually, no, it loves it. Alright, so block card notes. Please write any reason why this particular card is blocked at the moment, and also this should full screen right now. Cool, yep. That close button should be over here, and then we'll have add note over here. Add block note. Might stream it, I'll do it. Do it. Hopefully this year, talking about streaming, hopefully this year I'll be upgrading my tower. If you guys remember me typing on the tower and having to wait a couple of seconds for it to type out, I'm upgrading eventually. Just can't at this particular moment because I've just spent a lot of money on new appliances and stuff like that. I got a new graphics card, nice. Yeah, I'll be going an AMD build. So I will be getting an AMD chip, an AMD card. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, my watch is just... RTX 2060. Yeah, I've got to actually eventually sit down and be like, all right, what is good? So yeah, and considering I will be doing it, building the computer for work and stuff like that, you know, have to talk to the accountant. So I know I have to pay tax for the last financial year. We've got to pay that soon. Hopefully I'll get tax back for this financial year. I've also paid off my student loans. Alright, so we need to fix this up. We need the editor and stuff like that. So if we actually have a look, editor. And now view components. Holy hell, how many editors do I have? Alright, cool. So what we're going to do is we're essentially going to nick this. Because, hey, all the settings are exactly the same. In here, what we're going to do is we're going to delete that, add a new line, bang that in, neaten this up. I said neaten this up. Alright, cool. So on the init file picker, yep, we'll add files to come through, upload image. Oh, actually, do we do this for notes? No, just wait. Sorry, I've just got to... okay, cool. We're not doing it on notes. So that's a limitation. So, bang that out. Menu bar. Paste images. That's going to be false. Plugin, list, print, table. So we still want all that. Content per skin false. vbind disabled. Is read only. We don't need that. vmodel. We need to change this. This will be note model. Alright, cool. So, that should also be tabbed in once. Okay, we're going to get rid of this. We're actually going to look at how this is set up because we want to copy something similar to this. So we've got card notes, we've got the row, we've got the secondary row. All right, cool. So what we're going to do, look for that button. We're actually going to copy all of this. Why? Because it's the same structure. Okay, we're gonna neaten this up. All right, close modal. Actually, I'm going to undo most of that because I feel like this is the correct functionality right here. So I'm actually going to write that in. Data vs dismiss equals modal. All right, cool. And then that will be all the same. Yep, cool. Close. All right, add note. Disabled if card modal. Okay, that will actually be. Oh, hello. Note modal equals nothing. All right, cool. So that should render really nicely. So if we just refresh, move something into here, bang, presto. Bit huge. I might drag it down to here. So this is why we just bang, done. All right, wait a few seconds, hit reload. You have to drag one of these cards out, drag it back in, bang, perfect. All right, block card notes, and then you just add in your notes and you hit add note. Perfect. Okay, cool. So the add note function, data descend, form data. What have I done to my leg? Note modal, all right. Use Axios to send it. This root data, object data, Kanban card, card ID, which we get from here. Got to double check that. That won't be too hard to check. Add notes. Data descent, response. We won't need to worry about this. Yes, we'll need to clear out the card and close the modal. So what we need to do, document.get element by ID. It will be the blocked note modal button. Oh, close. Is it close? Is it close? Is it close? Button. And then click. All right. Cool. So that should automatically close that functionality. And now I realize why there's a close function, because we need to clear out the data. All right, not a problem. So this is why we're getting rid of this and adding on a v on click equals close modal. And hey, Nocturnal, how are you? I hope you're going well. I've been extra productive today. Clear the data, and that will be this dot note modal equals nothing, and then close the modal, document dot get elements by ID, blocked notes modal button dot click. And the best thing is we can delete this data and then just go this dot close modal. Done. Because we need to clear out the data and then we just click the button. Oh no! Oh, well, I hope you get better soon. It's horrible having a cold. Is it just you who's got the cold, or does your wife have a cold too? I feel like crap, but it'll pass, yeah. Hopefully it passes sooner rather than later. I'm sorry that you're feeling ill. Sucks. Oops. Alright. I will need to write in an error function one of these days. But at the moment that's fine. So what should happen is if we move card into blocked, we can click close. Ooh. Well, that should be fine. All right. And then send this note. Oh, it didn't throw up an error. 200 okay. Send this note. Sweet. All right. All right, cool. We have new functionality. So, Nocturnal. I've noticed how we've got new card linked object down here. Also the archive cards. The archive cards disappear when you don't have any cards to archive. We've done similar functionality, but when you're on completed, so if a Kanban board has a particular column has been flagged as a sort of closed sort of column, you don't have the ability to add new card to link object. Also, if a column has been flagged as a blocked column and you move a card in there, it'll be like block card notes. Please write any reason why this particular card is blocked. Otherwise, you just close it. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Pip had food poisoning 2 days ago. She kept them 2 nights ago. Yesterday was really, oh no. Oh God. Damn. Food poisoning ain't fun. The one reason why I don't eat chicken. Well, please send my well wishes. So I do hope both of you are back on your feet soon. So, yeah. All right, so we've just done that. Okay, cool. I'm going to close that. This one we're happy with. Have auto to do. This is now, let's review in QA. Cool. I should eventually do animations with this so it like bloop on one side and bloop on the other side. All right. So now that I've done that, I need to do it so that when someone goes new Kanban board, on these particular things, we've got the column properties. So we just woke up when still in bed, so she heard you. Oh, okay. Yep, that's good. I do hope you get better, Pip. All right. Cool. So what we need to do is we need to modify this. We need to actually modify it so when it sends the data and stuff like that. We also need to modify it in the edit. So the update sort of stuff. So in here, if they change it, it automatically gets changed. So yeah. Now, I don't know if this is the same functionality as the new one. I think it is. I think I was very lazy and I used the same component, which will be for our benefit. Hopefully. All right. I love you. All right, let's go to components. All right, Kanban permissions. No, this would be part of the Kanban board, right? Or is it? Oh, don't have. Where did I put this? All right, let's close all these. Let's go find this. So we'll do it on the edit first, because once we do it on the edit, it should be really easy to do it on the new. Yeah. So this is part of the Kanban edit board. All right, let's have a look. Kanban edit board. And then we've got Kanban property order. So we've got two of these. So let's have a look at Kanban property order. All right, going through trackable, yep, template, yep, sortable, strong, span, remove item. Is there a V on double click, edit item? So, modal for adding extra row. No, that's adding extra row. Modal for deleting item, that's deleting item, that's all fine. Was it edit item? This dot open modal. New item modal equals document add item, and this property. Oh, all right. I've hidden this somewhere, haven't I? Okay, one way to find out. We have our inspection tools. Add item column. Oh. Oh. Oh, they're one modal. Oh, okay. No wonder why I can find it. So it's in here. Okay. So we go down. This is all good and dandy. We'll need to actually find out what that does. All right, let's do a soft edit here. So we still want to form group. Oops. All right. The HR looks terrible. I'll just delete this one node. But it does give it that sort of separation, but I think a simple break could do it. simple break could do it. And then we could have just a simple drop down select. Something easy. Yeah. All right. So we'll just have the item and then this, yep. And then we just need the information. Okay. So I'm just thinking out aloud at the moment, just because I need a naive UI. I just want to see one thing. Yeah, last year, 3 weeks ago. All right, cool. Yep. Things are being changed still. Yep. All right. I'm just gonna bang that. Let's go components. Let's go select. We just need something like this, something simple. Oops. Show code. Oh, code pen. Oh, code sandbox, I should say. All right. So demo, all right. So there's our options, which we can key in to and have it exactly like this. And then we just need the end select up here with values, options. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, sorry. Okay, so props, no, we want data. And what we want is column property option. We want that as a array. And then I'm just gonna yank this because we can just do it bang, bang, bang. Like so. We can just hop this back up to here. We can bang this down here. We can bang this down here. We can bang this down here. Delete this, delete this, delete this. Label, change normal, normal. And we've got to make it so it defaults to normal. Locked, locked, closed. Closed. And they've got an inconsistency with their Alright, cool. So that should work perfectly fine. It'd be great if it's just if we had a default and also just had the values and the what's displayed as the same. Because those would be the same. I could test it out. I could literally just delete all this. Normal locked and closed. All right, done, perfect. And then when I scroll up here, oh, do we already have nselect? We already have nselect, so we can just suddenly key these in. So going up here, add item, property. All right, so. All right. This will be need to lay out this a little bit better. I would prefer these in rows and so forth like that. So I'm just thinking, this should be in rows and so forth. I don't like the specific design of this. So just seeing how I've done it elsewhere. So form group, okay, so it'll be 2 form groups that I need, and then I've got to do, yeah, all right, cool. Form group, piss this off. We really need to, yeah, say it's a row. Or don't we? No, we shouldn't need to. Div class equals form group. Sweet, just end that div, bang that in like here, bang like this. Label, property name, column, property name. This will only happen for columns. So if we go back into here, that's level. That's column. So what we need to do is add in a v if, hey, property name equals column. Now, technically we should, yeah, we should. Should always do that. And then I don't need that in there. I could just go whole. No, keep it in. Property and label. Then we have an n select. I'm just going to. And then have it like that. All right. Okay, fingers crossed this works. Doesn't appear on level. appears on column, but there's no data. All right. So yeah, we do need to set that thing up. Not a problem. We just do this. Then find this, wherever it is. Here we go. And just label and value. All right, label normal block, normal blocked, ED, and then closed. All right, this also gives me an ability to sort of expand on these descriptions. So it's not the worst thing ever. All right, so that, and that. And I'm probably going to call it very soon. I am starting to get tired. So let's see how much I can get done though. No data. Value, text, right. This should be column property model. And I do believe it will be a string. Waiting for it to do its thing. Let's hit reload. Oh. This is almost at that point where it should be pulled out into its own component. But we won't do that tonight. Definitely not, because it will take forever. All right, where's this? And select. Alright, I'm making stupid mistakes at the moment. Which means I'm a bit tired. Alright. So we need normal selected by default, so let's default value. So default value. String number null. All right. wish this actually. No, I'm just going to refresh. Value already on it. Let's bang and let's figure out what. So demo. Why is you won't see me already picked? But it's disabled. We set it here. All right. Cool. We set it on the modal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to figure out. Let's remove out all errors and stuff like that. What I'm going to do, set the value, check in the view. All right, and this we know is under Kanban board, Kanban property order. So there's our column property modal. If we do normal, it's not updating that. Do we have an error? Why? Column property modal. All right, I'm going to check another end select in here. All right. Destination item ID. Why is it? It's not updating this straight away. Am I just getting a bug? All right, let's just assume that's a bug. let's go down here. This. Boom, straight in. We're gonna save, we're gonna hope for the best. We are gonna hit refresh. Normal, perfect. Don't know what was going wrong there. I don't know why my Vue debugger was not updating. Weird, I'm gonna call that weird. Okay, cool. Now we need to do the CRUD. So, when we do this, we add item, it goes into here. If this property item equal to just return, all right, cool. If this is new mode, add item, edit mode, all right, cool. So we've got two different options here. So it's one component that does multiple things instead of having multiple components do similar things. We're going to go new mode, add item. All right, cool. So if the single item ID is the push ID, let's get max ID plus 1, title, new property item. All right, cool. That just sends stuff upstream. Else, this property for each row. Oh God, there's so much. So, straight off the bat, we are going to put in we need to distinguish the difference between column and level. So I'm just trying to think at the moment, how do I want to distinguish them? That's going to be a bit annoying. Give me 2 seconds, sorry. Sorry, I am just having to set an alarm. Bear with me. Alarm. Something, yeah, 7:30. All right. We need to push this information up into the the view. This is getting more and more complicated. Oh. Okay, it might be one of those things that I might have to call it a night. I am finding myself getting very tired, but I will make a note of this right now. So, what we need to do for Kanban, for editing Kanban boards. We'll need to send the column property into Vuex. and retrieve it. All right. Be able to save data. God, my handwriting's good all day, and right now it's just like meh. Okay. Let's have a look at the Vuex. Let's see what data is in there, because that will be interesting to see if we need to manipulate anything. So going into the Vuex, we've got, we don't need any of this information. Do we actually have any information for this? Or is it all handled in the upper component? So the edit board component. So column results. So we do actually have information in the column results. Then what are we sending upstream? Oh, local property list. All right. So pushing the ID and the title up. We'll need to push up similar things. All right. So have a look at what's the local property list. List dot push functionality. All right. Because yeah, it looks like what happens is, I think I do the modifications here, it gets pushed up, and that component handles just the Ajax sort of stuff. Which makes sense. I'm trying to remember if this is around the Vuex component just before I implemented Vuex. Yeah. All right, not a problem. So I've got notes. I know what to do next time. At the moment I'm just exhausted. So I'm probably going to call it. Let's find someone to raid. All right. Oops, wrong one. Oh, sorry about that. I know that came through really loud. All right, cool. So thank you very much everyone for coming. We got some things done, which I honestly thought would be a lot harder, but it turned out to be really, really easy. Now we've just got to do the sort of higher end property sort of things, so people can be like, hey, wait, no, this shouldn't be a blocked column, or hey, this column should be blocked, and so forth like that. So yeah, it'll be good once that's done. So with this tomorrow, otherwise I'll see you guys Friday and we will go through it, hopefully not struggling. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much everyone for coming, and have a great evening. Thank you.